Welcome to tonight's WNL Wednesday Night Live session with Avery Young, writer, performer, educator, composer, producer, visual artist, activist. Before we begin, I eventually turn the microphone over to poet, professor, and director of RCAH's Center for Poetry, Professor Lauren Russell. Let me begin by acknowledging that Michigan State University occupies the ancestral, traditional, and contemporary lands of the Anishinaabe, the Three Fires Confederacy of Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi peoples. In particular, the university resides on land ceded in the 1819 Treaty of Saginaw. We recognize, support, and advocate for the sovereignty of Michigan's 12 federally recognized Indian nations, for historic Indigenous communities in Michigan, for Indigenous individuals and communities who live here now, and for those who are forcibly removed from their homelands. By offering this land acknowledgement, we affirm Indigenous sovereignty and will work to hold Michigan State more accountable to the needs of American Indian and Indigenous peoples. In that vein, I would like to welcome everyone on this webinar to Wednesday Night Live, WNL, a signature all-college program of the Residential College in the Arts and Humanities, which we like to call ARCA, here at Michigan State University. WNL is a signature event that features speakers, artists, performers, and activists from around the corner and from around the country. WNL introduces ARCA students, and in many cases, the general public, to new ways of thinking about the arts and humanities. WNL guests present cutting-edge ideas in inventive and unexpected forms. Through dialogues, interviews, and open discussions that accompany events, WNL takes students behind the scenes and along the creative paths that guests followed to do their chosen work. My name is Dylan Miner. I am the interim dean and professor here in ARCA. ARCA, as I said, we like to call, is the residential college in the arts and humanities here at Michigan State. ARCA is where students live their passions while changing the world. In ARCA, students prepare for meaningful careers by examining critical issues through the lens of culture and social justice. ARCA is situated in historic Snyder Phillips Hall, where students learn and live together in a small college setting with all the advantages of a Big Ten university. Students in the Residential College in the Arts and Humanities here at MSU are committed to building a better world. Through interdisciplinary study, imagination, and community partnerships, ARCA inspires and prepares students to be collaborative learners and visionary change makers. As many of you may know, ARCA is home to the Center for Poetry, as well as to Lookout Gallery, where we have just opened an exhibition by Bronx-born photographer Christopher Lopez. The exhibition is entitled The Afterlives of Ismael Rivera, a visual guide to the heart, or in Spanish, Legados de Ismael Rivera, una guía visual al corazón. It is a powerful exhibition of photographs based on the songs of Afro-Puerto Rican musician Ismael Rivera. While the series remains largely incomplete, these images capture fragments of time, like Rivera's lyrics themselves, that offer a symbology of the Puerto Rican people whose identities are found in constant flux. The exhibition is currently open and runs through March 25th. Please stop by and check out this particular exhibition. Also, before I turn it over to Professor Lauren Russell, I want you all to note that live captioning and transcripts are available by clicking on the options in the bottom menu of your Zoom webinar. And with that, Professor Russell.
Thank you. We at the ARCA Center for Poetry are excited to partner with Wednesday Night Live for this event with a phenomenal poet and performer and visual artist and composer, Avery R. Young, which continues the Center for Poetry's 2021 to 2022 theme, Poetry of Witness, Poetry of Resistance. The series will culminate in National Poetry Month in April, when we'll be welcoming three great talents, J. Jerome Ellis, Layli Longsoldier, Jonah Mixon Webster, for several events and workshops the week of April 4th. At 7 p.m. on Wednesday, April 6th, all three of them will convene for a reading, performance, and moderated discussion on poetries of witness and resistance. And we are planning for that to be in person, so please look out for further details. For information about future events, you can subscribe to our newsletter or follow us on social media, and we'll put the link in the chat. Thank you to Lori Hollinger, who's here in two capacities as both the assistant director for the Center for Poetry and the events coordinator for Wednesday Night Live. She's done a phenomenal job of keeping many balls in the air under challenging circumstances and managing to do it all with so much grace. Thanks also to the Center for Poetry interns, Grace Carney, Rachel Eyre, Ksenia Lucky, and Celeste Rubino for all their hard work for the center. And thank you to Dr. Beth Alexander for her continued support for Center for Poetry programming. Also, thank you to Marcus Fields for the tech assistance today. For the Q&A at the end of the evening, please use the Q&A function in Zoom, and please look out for a brief survey following the event. Now I'll hand it over to my colleague, Guillermo Delgado. I should have written down your exact title. Academic specialist in community engaged arts. Is that it?
Well, yeah, you almost have it right. Community and socially engaged arts here at ARCA, and I'm really excited tonight because our guest artists, I mean, we go way back. We're both from the west side of Chicago, so I'm trying to control my excitement here. So excuse me for that. So here we go. Avery R. Young is the interdisciplinary artist and educator. He is a 3 Arts Awardee, Canem Fellow, and co-director of the Floating Museum. His poetry and prose has been featured in numerous publications, including BreakBeatPoets, Teaching Black Poetry, and alongside images in photographer Cecil McDonald Jr.'s In the Company of Black. As an artist in residence at the University of Chicago, Young created a series of assemblage and sculpture along with his first recording, Booker T. Soltreyne, A Race Rekkid. His theater credits include co-writing and co-producing the soundtrack for Lise, Holler, Baggeson, Hatorgrade, Retrograde, the musical, and writing of libretto for the Chicago Lyric Opera's Twilight Gods. His performance and visual art and work has been exhibited and presented at the Art Institute, the Museum of Contemporary Art, the National Jazz Museum, and other institutions. An award-winning teaching artist, Young co-mentored the Rebirth Poetry Ensemble. He is a featured vocalist on Nicole Mitchell's Mandorla Awakening and has tours planned with his band, Deacon Board. Young's latest full-length recording, Tubman, is the soundtrack to his first collection of visual and traditional poetry, Neckbone Visual Verses. So again, let's hear it for Avery R. Young. Put your snaps, your hearts, anything you can in the chat. It's really challenging to present when you can't see your audience, so that would really help. Take it away, Avery.
All right, I'm here. Thank you, everyone. Laurie, Lauren, Guillermo, everyone that is on the audience. I can't see you now, but that is won't be all right. I am going to present to you. I'm thinking about the theme of poetry of witness and poetry of resistance. I'm going to present to you all tonight works in which I think or believe are doing this. I'm going to present them in the manner in which I believe I first saw resistance and witness happen, which is which is through the Baptist church in the hymns and the congregation songs that were implying that a soul or the presence of a soul is the documentation of a human, and that the gospel in itself is a true story, right? Which would then be the witness. Um, Resistance is the idea of challenging an oppressive body to one understand that I recognize that, or that my my big mama and the people before her and all of them recognize that there's something um bigger than that oppressive body. And I am of the thought of I'm not gonna sit at your table. But please don't come fucking with mine. All right. And I can come to that conclusion because I grew up around people who said or would sing Pharaoh's army drowned in the Red Sea. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Tell Mother now tomorrow. This first piece, sit down job. Ooh, let's see how that works. Gonna get me a sit down job. Wanna office me down. I can't be on that. Be too long, so I gotta put my weight on. I gotta put my weight on. Gotta get myself right with God and stop these stand of devil fruit. I need to be on Sunday morning and night. Where I come from, not where I come from, Mother Mary. Do you see me now? Yeah. I get my best to eat off these arms alone. Hoping one day, me and myself will make you proud to say, I'll carry on. I'll eat it in a minute. Gonna find me a great big old choir. Sing a song the landmark. Keep on clean draws in case someone must identify me. The one I come from. The one I come from now. I'm gonna move out a little bit higher. Put my own groceries in my own backyard. Tomatoes, onions, greens like you used to. And I never go hungry. I never go hungry, mother. Right now, y'all take me down there, down there. I am my best to get off the on alone. Hoping one day, me and myself will make you out there. I carry on out there in the midnight. Oh, and I wonder how I got over. And I wonder how I got over. I wonder how I got over. No, no, I gotta wonder how I got over. I look at all my life and I'm so glad. I gotta wonder how I got over. Look at all my life, I'm so glad. I gotta wonder how I got over. All my life, I'm so glad. I ain't gotta wonder how I got over. Got over. Got over. Got over. I got over. I got over. Got over. I got over. Legend after Drake. If them blue men pull me over, if I reach back for my ID, if they think it's here, and black blood goes splash. Stretch me across my cooling wall. Say I'm legend. Please, would it be behind my headset? The air, my only weapon. Oh my God, how come murder make us legend? Oh my God, don't let them kill me and make me legend. Would it be the first day on tour, north and west, east and south, this systemic epidemic of not getting back in the house? Drivers had lesson plans on how to get taken out ASA. Blue men speaking Spanish. Adios, hombre. Show your hands. Just comply. When we do, we still die. If face down on the ground, turn the concrete in the sky. Blue man, pull me over. If they are back. but mine is anything if black blood goes splash, stretch me across my stolen body, say I'm aging. And please put it behind my hashtag. My skin, my only weapon, oh my God, oh my God. I can murder because legend. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh, let him kill me and make me legend. Oh my God, oh my God. Murder, make me legend. Oh my God, find my mama. Remind her gave birth to a legend. Oh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh. May this cup pass over me. Oh, oh, oh. May this cup pass over me. Oh, I'm in the garden of Gethsemane. Oh, let it be. Oh, let this come pass over. Oh, oh, may this cup pass over. That was legend. I'm gonna go into a piece um, titled Emmett Till the Remix. Some years ago, in the month of February, school invited um, me as a poet that was participating in a program produced by Columbia College Chicago called Dance Africa. The purpose of the visit was to kind of give students the preview of the poets and the dancers that they would see um, the following matinee, the matinee of the following week. I went to the school that was on off 71st Street in Chicago, and 71st Street is named after Emmett Till. Emmett Till, at 14, went to spend a couple of weeks of the summer down in Mississippi, and he didn't make it back to Chicago. The young men did not have any idea who Emmett Till was, and I just kind of thought it was really odd because they had to walk past his name every day. So I felt compelled to write this particular poem or hymn, aria, whatever you would like to call it. Recently, I worked with a dramaturg that was just like, that's an aria. Um, I wrote this piece thinking that I would come back to the school, which I did, and render this piece, which I did, so that they wouldn't forget, or they would actually like know who the street was named after and maybe why. So this is Emmett Till, the remix. MISSI SSI MISSI. Were you there when they did what they did to that boy? Were you there when they did what they did to that boy? Were you there when they snatched him out of my uncle's house? Were you there when they snatched him out of my uncle's house? Were you there when they brought him to the wife? Were you there when they brought him to the wife? Is this him? 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 Hey! Is this him? Is this him? Is this him? Oh, Lord, is this him? Is this him? Is this him? Oh, were you there when they brought him to the barn? Were you there when they brought him to the barn? Oh, were you there? Were you there when they picked up a brick and played touch down with them face? Hey, were you there when they picked up a brick and played touch down with them face? Oh, 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 were you there? Were you there? Oh, were you there when they took a fan belt tied around his neck and threw him in the river? Hey, were you there when they took a fan belt tied around his neck and threw him in the river? Hey, were you there? See your body wade in the water all night long. Were you there? Were you there? Feeling body weight in the water all night long. Were you there? Were you there? Feeling body weight in the water all night long. Were you there? Were you there? Seeing body weight in the water all night long. Oh, 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 were you there? Were you there? When a mama when I when I when I got the call, hey, were you there? Were you there? When a mama, when I got the call, hey, Amy, they got in it, they got in it, hey, got in it. Hey, hey, got Emmett. They 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 got Emmett. Are you there? Were you there when they showed her mother, when they showed her her son? Were you there? Hey, were you there when they showed her mother, they showed her son? Were you there? Were you there? Feel scream! You're wicked knees. Oh, were you there? Were you there? Hear her scream. Hear her scream. Hear her scream. Hey, hear scream. Look out. Wicked knees. Whoa. Were you there? Were you there? When they, when they, when they, when they, when all of God, when all of God's children, when they all dressed in black, oh, were you there? When all of God's children came all dressed in black, were you there? Were you there? Hear us cry, see Sister Spain, were you there? Were you there? Hear brothers cry. See Sister Spain. Whoa, were you there? Were you there? Hear the white boys brag about what they had done. Whoa, 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 were you there? Were you there? Were you there? Hear the white boys brag about what they had done. I got a nigga, got a nigga, got a nigga, red on nigga, canine nigga, stuttering nigga. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. But whistling white women, were you there? Were you there? When the jury came back, said not guilty. Whoa, were you there? Were you there? When the jury came back, said not guilty. Whoa, were you there? Were you there? When the jury came back, said not guilty. Were you there? Are you here? Juries come back and say not guilty. Were you there? Are you here? Juries come back and they say not guilty. Oh, were you there? Are you here? Juries keep coming back and saying not guilty. Now tell me, who's gonna run for Emmett? Who's gonna raise him as children? Who gonna, who gonna, who gonna stand for him? Who gonna sit for him? Who gonna write for Emmett? Who gonna sing for Emmett? Who gonna march for Emmett? Who gonna, who gonna sit for Emmett? Who gonna, who gonna, oh, who gonna die for Emmett? Who gonna, who gonna, who gonna kill for Emmett? Who gonna, who gonna, who gonna live? Who gonna live? Oh, Who gonna live? Oh, who gonna live? Who gonna live? My brother, who gonna live? My mama, who gonna live? Oh, who gonna live? My sister, who gonna live? Oh, who gonna live? Oh, who gonna live? Oh, who gonna live tomorrow morning? Hey, who gonna live? Yeah, who gonna live Friday night, darling? Who gonna live? Oh, who gonna live Saturday? Soltreyne, who gonna live all day Sunday? Sunday, Sunday, who gonna live all day Sunday? Sunday, Sunday, who gonna live all day Sunday? Sunday, Sunday, who gonna live? Oh, who gonna live? Woo. Whoa, whoa. Oh, who gonna live? Mm. Oh, whoa, whoa. I am um put thumbs up or something in the chat that says that I'm not going in and out. I'm trying to be cognizant of like my voice rattles this Zoom mic and because Zoom is designed for talking and then I do all this preaching and wailing, field hollering and carrying on and 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 then the other thing is I got to stay in this Brady Bunch box. Uh, Anybody that see me live, I'll probably be over this. I'll be over there right about now. Um, so I'm trying to be cognizant of my voice and my body and things of the name and those things. So um ugh. Ah, all right. So we or me have been going to New Orleans during the winter months here in Chicago because I've decided that I don't have to be in Chicago when it's winter. and and so I've been going down to New Orleans and and this piece was written um for my brother Shakespeare, who um 2 years after Hurricane Katrina, I was working with Columbia College Chicago, who had a theme of that year of their critical encounter theme that year was of poverty and privilege, and so we took a group of high schoolers down to New Orleans to help with at the time people still trying to salvage and clean up and things of that nature. And I thought it would be that children would be more invested if they heard from somebody from New Orleans telling their story. Shake shared his story. Um, Children invested and engaged, and this is me retelling the story he told us. It's called Water for Shake. Water for Shake. Whew. Shake you, my soldier, we gonna die together. And this water coming, hey, water coming. Shake you, my soldier, we gonna die together. And this water coming, ooh, this water coming. No money, no gas, no food trucks stuck in the curse of this middle passage. And this water coming, hey, water coming. No money, no gas, no food trucks stuck in the curse of this middle passage. And this water coming, oh, water coming. Inside this dome, they just packing up strangers. Above my head, the dome is leaking danger. The National Guards just be devils in armor. So many potions and running like pigs avoiding slaughter. And the smell, good Lord, the smell of sisters feeding, brothers feeding, babies, crazies, gays, AIDS, shit, piss, sweat, coughs, gangsters, actors, somebody screaming, rape, 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 crying, singing, alligators, dogs, trees, all dead, 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 blacks, whites, browns, yellows, anger, hunger, no bells in the springs. Hey, scrapes! It sounds like help, 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 help. Americans barbecuing. You say we refugees in the wilderness and water keep coming. Hey, hey, water keep coming. Cousin, I stay living this hell, or I'll meet you over in glory. I know this water keep coming. Hey, water, water. I've heard that niggas ain't slim. Be just like him. Hey, open, we don't want it. On top of the water. Hey, walking on top of the water. I heard niggas can't swim. We forget we be just like him. Hey, as we walk over this water. Hey, walk, oh, we gonna walk this road to glory, my Lord. My Lord and I, we gonna talk and tell story. The Lord Lord, in the rain or shine, no or sleep. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, gonna catch my feet. Hey, you won't this road to glory, my Lord, my Lord, and I, Oh, we gonna be one. Shake, you and me will be one with the sun. This is for Flint, Michigan. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Land in the water, land in the water to rend every land in the water. Charlie playing God with water. In water. Led in the water to and there be led in the water. Charlie playing God with water. And, and they knew it. They knew what it would do to the children. Yes, they knew it. Charlie playing God with water. Yes, they did nothing. Oh, yes, they did nothing, children. Yes, they did nothing. Kept playing God with water. And they see they gonna fix it. They say they're gonna fix it for the children. But I don't believe it. You see, Charlie like playing God with water. Oh, Charlie like playing God with water. Oh, Charlie like playing God with water. Charlie like playing God. Charlie like playing God. Charlie like playing God. Charlie like playing God. Charlie like, Charlie like, Charlie like playing God. Charlie like, Charlie like, Charlie like playing God. Hey, Charlie like, Charlie like, Charlie like playing God. Charlie like, Charlie like. All right, so This work is rough. But the point for me is not about what has been done. The point for me is always what we yet get to do. Who needs Superman when we fly in African, my Lord? Oh. Mm. Who needs Superman when we fly in Africans, my Lord? Oh. Mm. Why you calling on Superman when we fly in Africans? Why y'all? I'm calling on Superman. We flying African. My Lord, my Lord. And we're not meeting at your. I'm gonna say in hand. Whoa, when I need carried y'all, I'm gonna shake a hand. I've met familiar, if I have, and I shake, I shook my hand. Oh, hey, I, I've met the nation, and I shook the nation. And oh, there I met Mama Gwendolyn, y'all. Guess what? Guess what? Ah, I shook her hand. Hey, the day, I met Viola Davis, Mary Rock. I shook their hand. Who needs Superman when we flying African? My Lord, my own, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Oh, oh, who needs Superman when we flying African? My Lord, not me, y'all. Not me, y'all. Not me, y'all. I, I don't need Superman. My big mama cleaned and cooked to the lens. Oh, yes, she did, y'all. I wish I had a witness up in here. I don't need Superman. My great granddaddy was a flying African. I don't need Superman. Got a little nephew named Gabe, 3 years old and a flying African. Oh, y'all deal with that on period, on everything. West side, west side. I don't need Superman. Oh, my mama, little Lily is a flying African. That I know, 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 that I know. I don't need Superman. Yona Harvey is a flying African. Hey, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Oh, 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 I don't need Superman. Every art young is a flying African. I know that 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 I know and I know. Oh, I know it in my walk. I know it in my talk. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I don't need Superman. So the shift that I think is happening in me. Um, year, some years, 2 years, I believe it is this point. At this point, um, I was asked to write a piece in honor of George Floyd, and I'm trying to write this joint, and I get a call from my sister, and she's asking me to talk to my nephew to keep because they're in St. Paul, and she's asking me to call or talk to him, kind of talk him off of a ledge, keep him like from what she said going out here and doing something stupid. And I was like, look, I don't know, cause whatever they doing, I wouldn't call it stupid. I got on the phone with him, and he was like he was emotional, and he was saying why they don't want us to live, and all I could tell him was like, hey, let's not focus on what is done, but what we get to do. And instead of writing, I guess, a piece about a knee in somebody's neck or whatever, I wrote this. The wonder we are. Sunrise in the Serengeti. Repeat this 7 times. Whenever blue get heavy. In every mirror be a star to shine and say that you need. Oh, the wonder we are. we must always see the wonder we are. Sunset toward the eye to 90. Oh, how beautiful it is to know you were born, stay free. St. Peter standing on dry land. The St. Peter standing on the sea. Hey, inside of a wonder, the infinite possibility. I told my nephew Terrell to stay magic. Whoa, nephew, stay magic. Mm-hmm. Oh, stay magic. Mhm. On a Monday, Sunday, stay magic. Oh, 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 stay magic. Oh, stay magic. Mm, wonder we are. Sunrise soar to 90. Oh, repeat this 7 times. Whenever blue get heavy. In every mirror be a star with a shining shade that be unique. Whoa, wonder we are. We must always see. Ah, there it is, y'all. I'm Avery R. Young. That's the skin off my black. Oh, hey. Oh, ooh, wee. Oh, thank you. I see the hearts and the fist for righteousness, the hand claps. Thank you all. Thank you all. That's a it's it's a lot to sit through. Um, it's even more lot to live through. But like I said, the I try to keep my mind and hands concentrated on what I get to do. Right. Um, I had a student mentee student, whatever you want to call her, hit me up during the thick of the pandemic, and she was like, Miyagi, what are you doing to fortify your, and I keep reading poems by Black people. I keep listening to songs recorded by Black people. Mama Lucille Clifton, "Come Celebrate with Me" was I was read I've if I'm telling you, if I was reading that 48 times a week, that's a conservative number. That's a conservative number. Just danced for no reason or the other. Had to go to the bathroom. I would dance to the bathroom. I it everybody had a something, you know. So yeah. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, everybody. I'm ready for questions and thoughts and things of that nature if that's where people are ready to render.
That was an amazing performance.
Thank you.
People can please put your questions in the Q&A using the Q&A functions to the far right on the Zoom screen. I can start while people are doing that. I had it's not the question I came in with, but it's the question that came to me as I was watching and hearing. I've seen Emmett Till the Remix perform 3 different ways. I saw you do it live, I think at the Canem retreat.
Yeah.
And I've seen this highly produced, music video sort of version of it that I've taught a couple times, which is wonderful to teach. And then I just saw it now on Zoom, which was this a whole different experience, but also really impactful, partly because of how as you move, Zoom sort of like when you're moving fast, Zoom creates this blur effect. That was also this really impactful experience. So I was wondering for you, how are you experiencing it as it's it's about what we get to do, How is that? How are you experiencing that in these different modalities?
So I think I was explaining earlier that when I first wrote that piece, what I knew about that story was the story that I saw on Eyes on the Prize. But since writing that poem, I've gathered so much more information from Emmett and Mamie's family. I explained I've read the court transcripts about 5 times, and so the more I learn, the more I have to carry when I perform that piece, and it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier, every time, right? But in the tradition of soul or sermon, the comforter or is the way it gets to be different because every time it's a different space, right? There's a different in Zoom, there's a definitely different restriction on me if I'm being cognizant of staying in the Brady Bunch rectangle, right? And so that in itself puts a different weight that's going to make it a different experience. I couldn't imagine one of the reasons why I wanted to lip sync the video because I was explaining to myself, I was like, it's not gonna be the same. If you if you have me perform it I performed that piece probably 8 times that day, right? He was nice to not to cut in, like not to cut until we start over. He was like, we're just gonna record you doing it a bunch of times and then I'll edit. And I'm just like, it's not gonna be the same. Key's gonna be different, all that other stuff. And then what he decided to do was work on the fact that it wasn't never the same every time I did it with the video. But it's just a different thing. It's a different like load to carry. It's a different I remember after I performed it at Kavikana, Mama Toy walks up to me and she goes, were you scared? I'm going, I'm going, are you scared? Scared to do that? And I'm like, no, not now. You know, at first I was. I wouldn't even say scared. As I was taken aback because I didn't understand the duty. I thought I was doing something. I thought I was doing one thing, but clearly the work is supposed to do something else. I thought I was teaching some 13-year-old boys about the name on the street, but you know, but what that work is requiring is the journey through the murk of racism in this and hatred in this country, right? Um, and the and like I said, and the more I learn about the case and about the family, the heavier the piece gets. But at this point, I I know I have tools to ground myself, and I think it was kind of when I learned to go ahead and take the breath needed because at Kavik I had no other choice because it was just a big kind of moment and everybody needed a moment, right? And I learned in that situation, it's cool to take the breath and get yourself together and not feel like go to the next poem. Yeah, so that's how it works. Yeah.
That seems like an important thing to care for oneself in that way.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of the reasons why watching Marvin Gaye on Soul Train is so funny because he don't know how to lip sync.
There's a
he never sang a song the same way. It's always something different. It's always something different. Him and Patti LaBelle got that. It's a crazy thing to watch them on Soul Train. It's like them and these lyrics and the way they try to get their mouth to match. Because I'm believing in them, they're performing. And they in their brain, it's a different time. The recording though requires you to do it that time you did it in the studio, right? So yeah, that's the thing with is Emmett or this piece of the performance of it and just the style in which I performed, kind of in the sermon and soul thing. I have the freedom to is different, and the room and the space is material, right? The fact that this is across Zoom. Zoom is now the material because there's a thing that's like you said. I mean, I'm not noticing or aware that there's this blur if I'm moving fast or whatever, but that impacts it in a way that, I mean, I'm not necessarily watching myself do it. So if it were, but I was like, oh, am I losing if I'm cutting off in sound and stuff like that? Because I didn't want that to happen. In that piece. Yeah.
After this, you got to watch the video. And I actually thought it was really, it had produced this whole different effect that was also really special. There's some, Guillermo says he got some shots. There's some questions. So I want to.
Yes, I see.
So one person, Sophia Durango, asked if you are comfortable answering, why is your name not capitalized?
Yeah, I saw Bill Hook's name and I was like, that's why. I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. That was an easy answer right there. It was definitely Bill Hook. I saw, I was like, where the uppercase be? I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. It was real simple. I saw Bill Hook did, and I was like, why not?
Way to honor her.
Yes.
Tam Hamilton Ray asks, what is process for composing a piece? You're pulling from so many sources. Incredible.
Woo. It's different. I mean, I say I'm the blues man who cusses and the preacher who no, I'm the preacher who prays and the blues man. No, how that works. I'm the preacher who cusses and the blues man who prays. That's it. That's it. So, the first storyteller, a person that I get to see tell a story and captivate people was a minister. So I emulate that. And the second person I saw tell a story and emulate and capture and captivate people was a blues singer, And I was like, okay, that's slick. I do that. So I'm of a generation that has, and I'm from Chicago with street loads of storefront churches and blues club taverns, and so there's a lot of information. Like I think, and it just come like the stuff that I know just pop up when I'm writing with the last piece, What Wondrous We. There's a line that says, the same Peter on dry land, the same Peter on the sea. And that's just going to church and Sunday school. Sunday school. I got that lesson of Peter standing on the sea. And I felt like that was appropriate. That was an appropriate lyric for what it was that I was trying to explain in this commission to address the George Floyd murder. Was the wonder we are, we must always see. Stay magic. We got this thing. Got this thing in us. And, Peter hadn't, the whole point of Peter standing on the sea was just like, this magic in me is not exclusive. Right? This is what everybody has that thing that makes them super duper. Who needs Superman when we flying African? Right? Me, I believe I have like the superpower to transform spaces through performance. Right? That's what I think. Like, I don't fly. I don't walk through walls. I don't do none of that. But I can make a juke joint feel like a church, and I can make a church feel like a juke joint. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. I know I can do that. So that's what I do. So yeah, it's it's just a lot of just informing myself with the music, the stories, the poems, and the references come when I need them. Yeah, yeah. It's the it's the what Donny Hathaway has a recording of him singing "Superwoman, Where Are You and I Need You," and before he gets to sing, he says, "From the pool of black genius." I had to go. I had to go Terry in that pool for a minute. That's all I can explain. That's all I can explain. I had to go Terry in that pool for a minute to collect some of it so that I can reference it and call upon it when needed. Yeah. Is there another question? Oh, that was single. That was
I don't see any more in the Q&A.
okay.
I was checking the chat because none of them look like questions in the chat. Anybody have any other questions? Please put them in the Q&A.
Yeah. This is the. I'm trying to tell you all these compliments. I'm feeling, but I'm trying to tell y'all when y'all feed the lions at the zoo, they go bite your hand. Oh my gosh. Uh, That is, oh, that is so funny to me. I'm like, I got it. I received it. Thank you all. Yeah, yeah. The preacher who cusses and the blues bit the same. Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say I am. And yeah, I really, I was just as a child fixated on the ways in which these folk had people engaged, the way in which a preacher can speak and give the next live performance, I believe, is March 31st at the Logan Center for the Arts, 915 East 60th. I believe that's my next performance. Um, and to get somebody so riled up they like start shouting. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh, what just happened? I'm like, what just happened? What just happened? He was talking. Now she laid out on the floor. What just went on? What just happened? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Same thing like when I saw Bill Hooks. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Blues singer. I was somebody singing the blues, and same lady that had like fainted with the preacher, fainted with the blues man. I said, oh, okay, okay, that's what she do. But yeah, that too. But yeah, that too. Right? And yeah, so that's what it is. That's what it is. You know. Checking out neck. I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat. Yes, the book Neckbone. It's a book, and Tubman is a record that I call the audio version of the book. I got to go list. There was a more specifically in Neckbone. There's like a whole section dedicated to Billie Holiday. It's like 32 pages of me taking 30 days to write a poem about Billie Holiday. I had this notion about Billie Holiday being on Soul Train. So I went about, and it was like in April. So what I decided to do poetry month was every day write this poem. Take 30 days to write the poem. And on the record, there's a song called Lady Day on Soul Train, which, was had I just probably just did it on that one day, or took one day to write a poem, is probably what would have happened. The Lady Day on Soul Train song. So I got to put that on. I got to put that on the record. Why you be so mean to me? Oh my goodness! Yes.
That was
I
gonna
am. Yeah. What was you gonna say?
that was gonna be the question I came in with before I developed the other question,
Okay.
which was because we spent the afternoon making maps,
Yes.
making poetry maps, and
Mhm.
your maps are sometimes also your performances, right? Or it's the same.
Yes.
It's the same text.
Yes.
And so you do all these things in all these different mediums and all these different venues, and I like how are they informing each other, and how are they? I guess that is similar to my last question.
The funny thing about that is the I'm really like the only person that really understands how they all inform each other. It's wild. It's wild. I'm noticing that, like, if most of the time I'm performing with the deacon board, like, nobody's really paying attention to oh, this that song connected to that part in the book. What they're connecting with is the energy that is being emitted through the performance, right? So I've just learned to be satisfied that I understand the connection. And the job that I'm there to do in front of somebody is the job I'm there to do with somebody. They can go and explore that's their journey of exploring the work and making the connections. And once they do that, they go, oh, all this is connected. I mean, and I connected because I think I would go crazy if I didn't. Like, I'm a mad scientist. So I have to make it make connected. Like, I can't. I'm writing a book and recording an album at the same time. They gotta like work together, right? It makes more sense. I'm able to get that then done at the same time because the album is about the poems in the book. Oh, okay. This how it works. In performance, since I know the root, it's always easy for me to get there because I established it. I don't have to do the work of trying to find the root, the motivation. I hooked all of that up, right? And then I also have to be satisfied with they're here to see a performance, right? Not me pull out the book and start pointing to the thing. Although I really want to do that one performance I do was want to start pointing out how it all connects. But either way it goes, um, yeah, I've just learned that it's all different materials, it's all different spaces, and maybe the idea is to also be in the juke joint and the church, and the amusement park. And because I get to work in so many different, or because I do work in so many mediums, I get to bring different versions of a thing into space where it fits.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We were my class was talking about Emmett Till the remix and the mat both the video and the mat. And we also talked about Gwendolyn Brooks' poem, Bronzeville Mother Loiters in Mississippi, Meanwhile
Yes.
Mississippi Mother Burns Bacon, and Douglas Kearney's Tallahatchie Lullaby Baby. And at the
Yes.
end, we sort of had this conclusion, like, this event is so important, and like it needs to be approached in all these different ways.
Right.
And so maybe and the kind of themes and topics you're exploring in your work also, as that's an example, warrant all this exploration, all these different mediums with all these different approaches across different modalities, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I I think that if you like go on YouTube right now and type in Anthony and Cleopatra or Cleopatra and Caesar, you'll see all the many movies or videos. It'll tell a story. And if you take the time to watch them, right, you see the decisions that different creatives made in telling the story of yeah, Marilyn Nelson's yeah, that's that particular just story is just impactful. I think one of the reasons what happened at Canem happened because it was one of those moments where you had all of that a room where it was just the weight of that particular piece was really really heavy because it was so many people who that story impacted all in one concentrated, right? All that week had been working on all kind of things, right? And that moment is in the the audience. I don't think a lot of times, but people don't understand, especially especially now in the world of Zoom. There's so much energy and vibration that is happening that the audience brings to a space. And that the performer is in conversation with, right? Um, and that in itself can increase the weight, you know, of a thing. I've seen Mary J. Blige in concert twice, and both times she was singing "Not Gonna Cry," and she really ain't got to sing "Not Gonna Cry." Mary J. Blige ain't really ever got to sing "Not Gonna Cry" in concert because everybody singing the song for her, you know. And 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 there's a part, and there was just a point in each time she performed without singing perform where she did start crying because the fact she ain't got to sing the song because people are singing this energy that's shooting at her is a heavy weight, and it's like, oh, this, and it's the energy of like this particular this language, this song is carrying that one time when that happened, and I said to myself, I'm not gonna cry. That one, and that's thousands of people with that like narrative singing that song back to her. So it causes a thing in the body because we all flesh. All of this is flesh. It's flesh. And we've been taught to somehow be shame of it. But no, that's the whole point why we get it. We get it to feel. We get it. We get it. You know, the Tin Man wanna feel. That's what the Tin Man want. That's what the Tin Man wanted to do. He wanted to go to the wizard and get him a heart so he could feel because it was what he was missing because he wasn't flesh. You know. So yeah.
I think we're on last call for questions.
Yeah. Sometimes they be there, sometimes not. I put it all out there for folk. And sometimes it's really about, the moment of just, sitting in that. So I appreciate those questions that 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 came, and I'm also appreciative of all you all who came tonight to share in this moment. I've been um, pre- at one more day of programming with MSU tomorrow, and I'm just, it's just been real um, cool. It's been a real cool day.
Thank you so much. It's been extraordinary, both the workshop and the performance. And I know the visit with the youth detention facility was as well, from what I heard. So thank you for all your time with us. Everybody in the audience, we put in the chat links to Avery's book, Neckbone, and the album Tubman. Please check them out. Keep your thoughts coming in the chat. It's really lovely to see. Yeah, it's
Thank
we'll
you.
stay on
Thank
for
you.
a second longer so people can finish typing in the chat.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Thank you,
all.
WNL. Thank you, Laurie. Thank you, Dylan, Guillermo, Marcus, Center for Poetry Interns.
Dante's in the building. I assume that's Dante from earlier too. Yes, that was Dante from earlier, who wrote the poem of Jesus on the cross. I got that one in my head.
Oh, that was Caleb, I think.
That was Caleb. Dante had another situation. Caleb, yeah, that's like Caleb the man. Yeah, Caleb was the one they had the piece about Jesus on the cross. Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Please come back for our April Poetry Witness Poetry of Resistance events.
Whew.